When you look at your life, what's the driving force behind your decisions? Is it fear, worry, and the need to control every outcome? Or is it faith, trust, and the courage to surrender to something greater than yourself? Trusting God's plan isn't about sitting back and doing nothing. It's about aligning yourself with a higher order, a universal intelligence that always works in your favor when you let go and allow it. We often live in survival mode, constantly analyzing, predicting, and trying to manipulate circumstances. But here's the truth: the more you try to control, the more chaotic your energy becomes. When you shift your attention and focus on trusting the divine plan, you break free from the stress of the known and step into the infinite field of possibility. That's where transformation begins. Neuroscience shows us that our thoughts shape our reality. Every time you choose to trust instead of doubt, you're literally rewiring your brain to operate from faith. This isn't blind optimism, it's science. By focusing on gratitude, love, and trust, you create new neural pathways that allow you to feel secure and empowered no matter what your circumstances look like. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means giving in to the unknown where infinite potential exists. When you stop resisting life and start flowing with it, you begin to see synchronicities, doors opening, and opportunities you could have never imagined. That's not luck, it's alignment. And here's where the magic happens: when your heart and mind are in coherence, when your emotions match your thoughts, your energy vibrates at a frequency that attracts blessings. Trusting God's plan brings this coherence. Your life begins to reflect the trust you embody, and suddenly you're no longer chasing outcomes, you're creating them. So I ask you this: are you willing to step into the unknown with faith? Are you ready to let go of control and trust that there's a design greater than your limited perception? Because when you do, you don't just live life, you transform it. Trusting God's plan isn't just a spiritual practice, it's the key to unlocking a reality filled with purpose, joy, and miracles. What you place your attention on is what you become. Every thought, every emotion, every intention carries energy, and where you direct that energy determines the reality you experience. It's not just a metaphor, it's science. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you vividly imagine. When you focus on a possibility with your full attention, your brain begins to map it out as if it's already happening. Think about it: when you're stressed, overwhelmed, or consumed by fear, where is your energy? It's scattered, fragmented, and tied up in survival. You're pouring energy into the problems, the what-ifs, and the worst-case scenarios. And as a result, those situations seem to dominate your life. Your body and mind become locked into that reality because energy amplifies whatever you give it to. But when you shift your focus, when you consciously redirect your attention toward gratitude, love, and possibility, everything changes. You're no longer feeding energy into what you don't want. Instead, you're channeling it into creating something new. Your brain starts forming new neural connections. Your heart synchronizes with your intention, and your entire energy field begins to align with the vision you're holding. This is where true power lies. Whatever you focus on grows, whether it's fear or faith, problems or solutions, scarcity or abundance. By learning to master your focus, you take command of your energy. And when your energy aligns with higher states of consciousness, you open the door to transformation, miracles, and a life that feels truly aligned with your purpose. The mind is like a garden; it grows what you plant. If fear and doubt are the seeds you nurture, they'll take root and dominate your mental landscape. But if you consciously choose faith, gratitude, and trust, you can rewire your brain to reflect these higher states of being. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. It's constantly changing and evolving based on what you think and feel. Every time you choose a thought of faith, every time you trust in a greater plan, you're strengthening new neural pathways. These pathways become the foundation for a new way of perceiving the world. Instead of reacting to life from a place of survival, you start responding from a place of empowerment. This isn't just positive thinking, it's biological transformation. Each time you think a thought of faith, your brain releases chemicals that signal your body to relax, to feel safe, to open up to possibility. Over time, these repeated choices create a mental and emotional environment where faith becomes your natural state. When you rewire your mind for faith, you stop seeing challenges as obstacles and start seeing them as opportunities for growth. Your perception shifts, and with it, so does your reality. The more you practice, the more effortless it becomes. Faith moves from being a fleeting feeling to an ingrained part of who you are, shaping every decision and action you take. By choosing faith over fear again and again, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your brain, your energy, and ultimately your life. Transformation begins where control ends. The unknown is where all creation exists, an infinite field of possibilities waiting to be realized. But stepping into that space requires surrender, and surrender is not about giving up. It's about releasing the need to predict, control, and manipulate outcomes. It's about trusting that the intelligence that created you knows more than you do. When you cling to the known, you limit yourself to what already exists. You recycle the same thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, keeping yourself in a loop of predictability. Your brain and body are conditioned to recreate the familiar because it feels safe, even if it's not what you truly desire. But the life you want doesn't live in the familiar, it lives in the unknown. Surrendering to the unknown means allowing yourself to feel comfortable in uncertainty. It's shifting from survival mode, where everything is about control, to a creative state where you trust in a greater order. When you let go of the need to know how things will unfold, you free up energy. That energy can now flow toward creating a new reality, one that's guided by a wisdom far beyond your conscious mind. This process requires faith, and it requires you to be present. The unknown isn't about the future, it's about stepping fully into the now. In that space, you let go of resistance and open yourself to infinite possibilities. And here's the paradox: the moment you surrender, you gain true power. You move from reacting to creating, from fear to trust, and from limitation to boundlessness. When you learn to surrender, you don't lose control, you step into alignment. You stop forcing outcomes and start allowing the flow of life to carry you towards something greater than you could ever imagine. That's where miracles happen. True transformation happens when your heart and mind work in harmony. The heart, with its powerful electromagnetic field, is not just a physical organ, it's an intuitive center that guides you toward truth. The mind, with its ability to focus and create, shapes the direction of your life. When these two forces align, you unlock a level of energy and potential that transcends the ordinary. Most people live in disconnection. The mind pulls them one way, consumed by fear, doubt, or overanalysis, while the heart yearns for something deeper: love, purpose, and connection. This misalignment creates chaos, stress, and a feeling of being stuck. But when you bring coherence to your heart and mind, you step into a state of flow where everything feels aligned and possible. Science shows that when the heart and mind are in coherence, the body responds. Your nervous system calms, stress hormones decrease, and you enter a state of balance. In this state, your thoughts become clearer, your emotions more stable, and your energy more powerful. You're no longer working against yourself, you're creating in harmony. Coherence begins with awareness and intention. When you align your thoughts with gratitude, love, or faith, your heart responds, generating a powerful signal that amplifies your energy field. That signal interacts with the quantum field, drawing experiences and opportunities that match your elevated state. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about creating a new reality. When your heart and mind are coherent, you're not chasing outcomes. Instead, you're magnetizing them to you. You step out of survival and into creation, living from a place of empowerment and alignment. This is where you move beyond limits and experience the fullness of life. Living in alignment means embodying the energy of the life you want before it becomes your reality. It's about tuning your thoughts, emotions, and actions to the frequency of your highest self so that your external world begins to mirror your internal state. This isn't wishful thinking, it's a deliberate, conscious process of creation. Most people live out of sync, letting their environment dictate their emotions and reactions. They're trapped in a cycle of cause and effect, reacting to life rather than shaping it. But when you live in alignment, you flip the script. You don't wait for conditions to change so you can feel joy, gratitude, or love. You choose those states first, and the conditions follow. Your body and mind are the instruments of alignment. When you set a clear intention and pair it with an elevated emotion, like excitement, gratitude, or inspiration, you create a powerful signal. That signal is a blueprint for the universe to work with, and it starts to bring experiences and opportunities that match your energy. This process requires you to be present, to quiet the noise of the outer world, and to tune into the intelligence within. It means trusting in the flow of life and acting as if what you desire is already on its way, not from a place of hoping, but from knowing. Living in alignment doesn't mean life becomes perfect. It means you handle challenges from a higher state of awareness. You're no longer pulled into survival mode because your foundation is rooted in trust, purpose, and coherence. From this place, you're not just living, you're creating, transforming, and stepping into the fullest expression of who you truly are.